Today's lesson is on section 3.3 from unit 4, which is about finding missing sides using scale factor. So, for example, here we are given two rectangles where we know that this side length is 3 centimeters, which means the opposite side because they are rectangles, and this one is 3 centimeters. And then I know here that this one is 9, the opposite is 9 centimeters. This side length is 6.75, this is 6.75 as well. But here is what I'm missing. I'm missing this longer side of this rectangle. So I need to find it. How can I find it? So I can actually use the scale factor that I can figure out from using two corresponding sides that I know on those two rectangles. Now, what I need to be careful here is which side corresponds to which. Now, we might be prone to just look at, oh, bottom side is 9, oh, this bottom side is 3, these two, because they are both at the bottom, they are corresponding. That's not the case. Corresponding sides would be actually, when you look at here, this is the larger rectangle, this is the longer side of the larger rectangle, and this is the longer side of the shorter, of the smaller rectangle. So this side corresponds to that one, whereas this side here corresponds to that one. So these are the two corresponding sides that I know, and I can find the scale factor out of those two. Now, there are two scale factors that I can find. One is going from smaller shapes to the larger, and the other one from larger to the smaller. So I will find both of them first. So scale factor from small to big. So if I go from the small shape to the larger shape, I need a scale factor bigger than 1 because I need to take 3 and multiply by a number bigger than 1 to get 6.75. So, scale factor that I would need here would have to be bigger than 1. So that tells me, how can I divide these two numbers to get something bigger than 1? Larger side length has to go on the top. So 6.75 over 3. And when I can divide that, if I want to change it to a decimal, that's just fine, which would be 6.75. Here I am, 6.75 divide by 3, I get 2.25. So 2.25. And then the scale factor from big to small would be, I need to multiply 6.75 by a number to shrink it to 3. The only way I can divide these two numbers to find the scale factor that would shrink something that would be smaller than 1, I would have to put the smaller number on the top. So 3 divided by 6.75. And when I do that, I have 3 divided by 6.75 is 0.44 for repeating. Okay? Now, in order to find the missing side, I need to choose which one of these two scale factors would help me find this missing side here. First of all, that missing side corresponds to this side here. So I need to take 9 and multiply it by appropriate scale factor. So what am I doing with 9? I need to shrink it to find this one, so I need the scale factor smaller than 1. So that would be this one here. And I can actually either take just times 0.44, but keep in mind, my 0.444 was actually just decimal that is repeating, so I rounded it to 0.44. So to get more precise answer, I actually can use just the fraction as is. And here I am, times 3 over 6.75. And to multiply that, I simply multiply 9 by 3 because I would make this as a fraction, you know. So 9 times 3, however much I get, and divide by 6.75. So here I am, I'm just putting that into the calculator. 9 times 3 and then divide by 6.75. This will be exact answer, which is equal 4 centimeters. So that's my answer.